is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Back, and there he is, the man, the myth, the legend that is Joe Schad, baby. Follow him on Twitter at ShadJoe. Catch his exceptional work there at the Palm Beach Post. Joe, good morning, sir. How are you doing? How was breakfast there? Do you have breakfast there?
I have not had breakfast yet. I am on my laptop instead of my phone, which is unusual. You can hear me fine?
Yeah, man, you're good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that this setup is working out fine. Certainly disappointing news this morning with Tua Tagovailoa not starting. Now, Jacoby Brissett is from West Palm Beach, so that's a positive for the people in our readership area. But we really wanted to get that 9 starts out of Tua. The 9 starts without the shadow of Ryan Fitzpatrick, the 9 starts without the shadow of Deshaun Watson. We wanted to get those 9 starts, and now what are we looking at? 7 maybe?
Hey, how about the 9 starts without injuries? Because we can all argue and discuss and go back and forth and debate whether Tua can play in this league or not, whether it's the coaching, whether it's the players, whatever. We can have fun with that and go back and forth. But the one thing that none of us can argue or say anything about is injury history. And unfortunately, Joe, that's the one thing that on all sides nobody can defend. There's a clear-cut injury history with this young man, and durability is a major problem for Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, obviously the hip injury was a catastrophic injury, but then you start to say, all right, was the rib injury a fluke? Certainly, any quarterback could break their ribs. Well, was the broken finger now a fluke? Well, certainly any quarterback can break a finger, but you need to be able to overcome the perception and the stigma that you are injury prone, and none of this helps. None of this helps.
I was talking about this, Joe, because the first 2 years of Flo's run, I use Flo as an example against Manny Diaz. Flo's team was usually more disciplined. They played well. They played smart. All those things that we weren't watching from Manny Diaz. Well, I got to be fair now, right? And I got to spin things around. And I'm not saying that Manny Diaz and the Canes are playing great football and that, they're really smart and impeccable, but they're finding ways to win. And to me, whether, yesterday, the Georgia Tech game, whether you hung on or not, whatever, but you found a way to win the game. I think, don't you think, Joe, it's time for Flo to show us that he can find ways to win games with his talent and in situations when they are winnable, even like today?
Certainly the Dolphins, a lot of people thought they would beat Atlanta. A lot of people thought they would beat Jacksonville.
Had a shot at the Raiders.
It's a real bad look if you lose at home to Houston today. That'll just ramp up the pressure throughout the organization, certainly on Coach Brian Flores. Even without Tua Tagovailoa, the Dolphins have to win. And, Brissett has not outplayed Tua Tagovailoa. Their statistics are actually somewhat comparable. Jacoby takes a few more sacks. He's thrown a few less, downfield, which is hard to believe because neither quarterback has completed anything downfield. And obviously there's no Devontae Parker today. But you just can't, I don't care if the Dolphins defense has to hold Houston to 3 points to win this game. Hold Houston to 3 points to win this game. Just find a way to get a win.
Exactly. I'm with you. Just win ugly, dude. Just win. Do something. Plus, Joe, you know what's coming on Thursday, and it's not going to be pretty. It never is. And it's not like you've been a team that can stop the run, and you're talking about a team that's what they do professionally very well is run the ball and usually punch Miami in the mouth. And so what's coming on Thursday. It's imperative you at least get a win today because Thursday then compounds the issue.
Yeah, there are certainly some winnable games in the back half of this Dolphin season. The Jets twice, etc. But this game should be a lot easier to handle than Baltimore. And since I returned to the beat, Baltimore has humiliated the Dolphins on multiple occasions, including on Thursday night. It's just And then
Don't be too,
today,
dude. Don't be
today,
hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. That was happening with Baltimore even before you got back on the
oh, I
beat.
see. So it's
So
not
today,
it's not
you're
my
you're
fault.
not the bad luck charm there. So relax. Okay,
Yeah,
you're a good luck charm.
today we think about, Coder showed the Dolphins have had Watson on their roster today. On Thursday, we get to think about should or could the Dolphins have had Lamar Jackson on their roster. It's just like, at least Laramie Tunsil's not playing today. I wouldn't want to have to look across at an all-pro tackle and think about all the tackles the Dolphins have tried to replace him with.
I'm with you there. Anything else you know of that Miami is out in today's game with? Any players?
No, I don't know the Baker situation.
Okay.
He's questionable, so obviously could go either way. I thought Duke Riley did pretty well last week. I don't, Duke Riley's performance was certainly not a significant drop off from what we've seen from Jerome Baker so far this season.
Yeah, you are 1,000% right. Plus, Duke Riley pulled off the nuptials there, or not the nuptials. He proposed at the concert a couple months back too. Duke Riley. All right. Did you hear anything throughout the week that Tua was struggling in practice with the finger and not being able to really throw the ball the way he needs to? And I would imagine then Brissett got several first team reps, right? I mean, to get him ready, right?
Yeah, even though Coach Brian Flores said Tua, he said yes, he was optimistic on Friday. We hardly saw Tua throw in the periods of practice open to the media, so I'm not shocked that Tua isn't starting. He was listed as questionable. I don't know when he was scratched, but I'm certainly not shocked.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, dude. You start looking at this game, Joe. And look, I don't want to get too deep into X's and O's because with this team, it's not really even worth it because we can't count on anything to be talking about how they counter one thing with another because there's no consistency on this team. So talking X's and O's is almost out the window. But if you had to throw in a factor or two that they desperately need today in order to win, what are they?
I think the Dolphins can run the football on Houston. Houston doesn't really do anything well, but certainly can run the football on them. And so, maybe I'll call for Savon Ahmed to have the most rushing yards for any Dolphins player this year. How about that? There's my prediction.
Wow. So you're telling me I need to go to the sports book at the Hard Rock and hit that prop if Salvan Ahmed and hit the over on whatever yards they have there because it's going to be minimal. It's not going to be much.
Can you
So
find a Savon Ahmed rushing total over bet on the Hard Rock app? Is that available?
I have no idea, Joe. I'm talking
Oh,
crap at the
let me
moment.
know. Let
But,
me know
but,
if it's
but,
available.
but I can do this, my man. I can pull up the game and pull up their props and tell you, okay, Joe, this is the prop that they do have for this game. Let me see if there is a Salvan Ahmed type
Savon.
Savon
If he's
Ahmed.
going to lead the team in rushing, let's get his name right.
Okay. All they have is first to score plus 1,200. The favorite plus to score is Miles Gaskin at plus 575.
All right. So you would bet against him. So 24-21 Dolphins is my official prediction. Something has to give when these two Titans clash. That's what I wrote.
Okay.
Jason
Oh,
Jason Sanders feels better about himself after kicking a game winner. So that's
wait a
my
minute.
prediction.
Hold on. Salvan Ahmed over and under rushing yards 24 and a half.
24 rushing yards, Savon Ahmed. You want to go over on Savon Ahmed. Over.
Okay. You want to go over?
Oh yeah. I don't bet. I don't bet. But if one did, that would be yeah.
Some do. Some do. There, I put 20 bucks on it. I
All
put 20
right.
bucks on it. What the
All
hell?
right.
I don't know. Can you tell, bro? Could you see it?
That's
I don't know
awesome.
if you see it.
So the app is operational. We should do a story about this. It's kind of under
Yes.
the radar.
Yes. Well, you know what I think they're doing, dude? I think they're doing a soft open.
Soft
Is
opening.
what it is. Yeah, because if you do a big old thing, then everybody joins in, and then they get bombarded. And if they have issues, then it bogs down. So not that
Do you
you
have to
keep
be
up.
in the state of Florida or anywhere in the country?
Only state of Florida. When
State
I
of
last,
Florida,
you
where
know,
you
last night I was in Atlanta for the Metallica concert. Okay, and I flew back this morning. All right, so last night I'm in Atlanta trying to, and like, no, you're out of state, dude. You can't
Did
do
you
it.
go to? You didn't go to Metallica at Hard Rock Live?
No, sir, because I got Metallica,
Uh,
Cage the Elephant, and Greta Van Fleet last night.
yeah, but
Whereas
Metallica in a
here,
small venue would be like unbelievable.
okay, so let me explain something to you. Metallica and Trivium played here the other night on Thursday night. I got the ticket, the plane trip, cheaper than I would have gotten the ticket here at Hard Rock.
It makes
Because
sense.
the Hard Rock is this size, and the Atlanta, Falcons Mercedes Benz
Yeah,
thing is enormous. I was on the floor, so I was fine
that's
actually.
cool.
So it was cool, but
Small.
that's why
I'm not a
I got
huge
a much
music
better.
guy. I'm not a
Uh-huh.
huge music guy, but when you get a chance to see a big band in a small venue, that's something I would never pass up.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I
So
remember early on, I saw Coldplay in a very small theater, and
nice,
that's something I'll always remember in New Orleans.
nice. Well, Joe,
Very early.
you make the big money at the Palm Beach Post. You should be able to afford the Rolling Stones tickets there at the Hard Rock. I mean, it's only like $2,000 or $3,000.
Have
That's
you
like a
been? Have
drop in
you?
the well for you, bro.
I know you're a hockey guy. Have you noticed I've been hyping up the Florida Panthers on Twitter?
Yeah,
I'm
man. Well, we should. They're the best team in town, man.
I'm looking forward to going out there to a game.
Yeah, man. There's nothing like ice seats, right, Joe? That to me, that's the best experience in all of pro sports. Is
And
ice seats
honestly,
in hockey the
and
best?
honestly, I want to say this one last thing. I know I tweeted this. I know it's 2-1-7 teams, and Tua isn't starting. It's a perfect day today in South Florida. It's 72 degrees.
I know.
If you've never been to a Dolphins game, you have 5 kids, you want to bring everybody, you can get tickets very affordably on the interweb. So if you just want to come out and enjoy the nice day, I recommend you might want to do that. You can get affordable tickets.
All right. Is that David Furones behind you that just walked by? Is he? 'Cause that's like 3 trips of coffee or something. Man, that guy. Within this one interview, he's made 3 trips to coffee there. Tell him that I noticed he's hooked on that caffeine
Big O
there.
says you drink a lot of coffee. How does covering the Canes compare to covering the Dolphins? How does comparing? Do you regret your decision? They both lose, Ferone says.
Now the Kings have won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta
I
give
know.
him some credit, man. They won. I mean,
David
geez.
is David is a closet Canes fan for sure.
I think David's a hometown guy like I am, right? Isn't he a
Yeah,
born and raised kid like me?
He's a South Florida guy, absolutely.
Yeah. So he's like I am. You gotta love all the local teams.
David's a nice guy. He's got kind of sort of a dry sense of humor, a little bit like Jason Leisure.
Yeah.
A little bit not as unique as Jason
Right.
Leisure, but
Right.
Ferone has a unique element to him that's quite charming.
Yeah, Leisure is a character, actually. Yeah. I will say that. Yeah, you are correct.
Are
Joe,
they inactive now?
do you expect any
Not yet.
lineup changes
No,
outside of Brissett, of course?
no, but the one thing I'll say in general here, Big O, is it's time to get the youngsters involved, and that means Hunter Long, I don't know, Kirk Merritt. Let's see Kirk Merritt today. We believe he's going to be active and ready to go. We all like Isaiah Ford and Matt Collins, but wouldn't it be more interesting to see Kirk Merritt? So let's see Kirk Merritt today, and maybe
Although
Hunter Long.
Although I like Mac.
Yeah, we
he's-
like Mac.
he's a
Mac's
good
an amazing
football
dude.
player, man. He's a good football player, tough guy, a reliable guy. And
I like
right now, think about this, Joe. How many reliable guys are there on the Dolphins right now?
I thought it was really interesting. Mac said that he has a jugs machine that he sets up in his driveway and in the street in front of his house, and that he allows kids to hit him with their pool noodles while he's catching the ball. That was to me one of the most fun things I heard all year.
Yeah, it's like I think he said like I'm the lucky kid on the block or whatever because everybody comes to play with me or whatever. Forgot I'm paraphrasing. Or
He's
something.
got juice. There aren't enough guys on this team with juice and energy and good vibes. You know what I mean? We need
And
more.
the best hair on the team. Best
He
hair on
does.
the team.
I miss those Jarvis Landry types. The guys that play with passion and emotion and intensity and energy. Who's the Rashad Jones? Who is he? And they don't have it. Who's the Rashad Jones?
Yeah.
Rashad. They would get mad at Rashad because he wouldn't always do what the coaches asked. Well, guess what? who made plays, right?
Yeah.
I miss Schad. I miss Jarvis. I miss Ajayi. I miss that group. That was my first year back.
How much do you miss being able to paint the picture to us about these human beings? Because when you're in the locker room, you kind of get an opportunity to meet the human being a little bit more than the football player, and then you get to relay that to us. And you guys have not been able to do that because you're all doing, group settings, which kind of ruins all of this.
Yeah, I really wish that I'd been able to get to know Jalen Waddle, in a more casual environment. He's a kid. He gets up there. He's a rookie. He's on a podium on a raised platform with cameras. You can't small talk with these guys. You can't get to know them. Jalen Phillips is obviously a great guy, but it's hard to get to know him. And Javon Holland. I mean, Jalen Phillips and Javon Holland have big personalities, and I hope maybe next year we'll get to know them better. We'll be back in the locker room.
Well, I say this all the time when I'm talking crypto and I talk to people and I say what I would like to do, and hey, it's up to you. You do your own homework. Well, Joe Schad is not a financial advisor, but he likes Salvon Ahmed over 24.5 yards. Now,
Savon
Ahmed. Now remember, that's what Joe would do with his own money. He's not telling you what to do, but he's just so it's all up to you now. He's giving you the gift.
I want to write it down. You said 24.5?
Yeah, 24.5. I'm gonna. You know what, dude? If he goes over 24.5, you have to call us back on the post game just for 2 minutes, just to gloat, because he's gonna have more than that on one run. Hunter Long is inactive. What? Yeah, that's like
Hunter Long is inactive. Seriously, Preston Williams inactive.
I got to tell you something. How bad is Hunter Long right now in his development if he can't get active? Because don't tell me you're keeping some of those guys all the way through. And by the way, it's Trill Williams, Preston Williams, Sheldrick Redwine, Darius Hodge, Greg Little, Hunter Long, and John Jenkins as inactives. So
do we really need Adam Shaheen in our life?
No, not really.
I know what Adam Shaheen is. I want to see what Hunter Long is.
Exactly.
It'll be interesting. How many games the Dolphins have to? Maybe if they lose today, then they'll play all the youngsters.
All right, Salvon Ahmed Nuggets coming from Joe Schad. There you go. 24.5 over. Be good, baby. Take it easy.
Have a good one.
Later. There he is, the American Dream Lending Miami Dolphins report with the one and only Joe Schad.
This is the Big O Show.